Kamusta doobies! Today we are in the capital of Philippines, Manila. Home to 1.8 million residents, it's a place where jeepneys roar and the smell of amazing street food waft through the air and where sketchy alleyways lead to good food and kind people. Philippines is the street food capital of the world and I cannot wait to eat my way through it for 100 hours. This is Extreme Filipino Street Food in Manila. We just arrived in Manila. It is hectic here. My knowledge of Filipino food is, I would say, on a scale of like 1 to 10, around 3 or 4. My best friend in high school, she was like of Filipino descent. So I got introduced to a lot of like Filipino home cooking, but I haven't really had it much since then. I want sinigang, sisig, lumpia, palabok, kare-kare, tapsilog. I want it all. Oh, we also can't forget about having Jollibees. It's 5 o'clock and we haven't had a single meal yet, so I am so hungry. I could literally eat so much right now and everything smells so good, so let's eat our way through. Let's go eat! What are you guys eating? Tapsilog. Tapsilog. Let's get a tapsilog. One lechon silog and one just tapsilog, please. Tapsilog is the Filipino breakfast for champions. The name tapsilog is a combination of 3 words: tapa, cured beef, sinaang, garlic fried rice, and itlog, fried egg. It's served with garlic fried rice and crowned with the fried egg on the side, and a lot of the times it comes with only rice and gravy, meaning unlimited rice and gravy. And for tapsilog, what would you usually put on? Gravy. Gravy? Gravy's good? I don't know why I spat that out. It's good. It's really good. I like it. Bye-bye! So these are all the places that a lot of the workers come and eat for like a quick, cheap meal. So this is 50 pesos, which converting to USD is $1. And for $1, you get some meat on the side, garlic fried rice, and also some karaoke on the side. So you get entertainment, dog cafe, great food, all in one place. So the most basic version is the tapsilog with the beef and egg. And the rice that they have is crispy garlic infused white rice. It's really good. The beef kind of tastes like, almost like Korean barbecue. It reminds me so much of bulgogi. There's a bit of garlic, a soy sauce, a bit of sugar to caramelize it. It's really tender, the meat. So the meat's really sweet, just really well cooked. It feels like the perfect breakfast, but it is a little bit dry, so I'm gonna top it off with some gravy. So good with the gravy. I've never had like Asian style rice with gravy before, but it's perfect. Like the rice kind of almost like absorbs all the gravy sauce and it's so good. The thing about Filipino food is that it feels like a mix of American, Chinese, Mexican, Spanish, and also like reminds me of a lot of Hawaiian cuisine as well. Like the food is very indicative of all the influences that it's gotten because it's such a hodgepodge. That's what I really love about Filipino food. But anyways, we're gonna eat because we're fucking starving. I'm gonna try the one with the lechon, which is fried pork. Oh my god. The lechon, this is so good. It's essentially just deep fried pork, but the fat kind of like almost melts away like butter. And it's so like crispy, but like really juicy and moist and just fatty on the inside. I swear it tastes better than how it looks. Like I know it doesn't look super appealing, but it's actually so well cooked and just so nice. So tapsilog usually is garlic fried rice, a fried egg, and a protein of some sort. It can be fish, it can be pork, it can be beef, it can really be anything. It's like a very staple breakfast dish for a lot of Filipinos, and it has everything you need. A little bit of carbs, a little bit of fat, a little bit of protein, and it keeps you really full for the day. And I can't believe this is only 50 pesos. A great start to the Philippines. got invited to a little karaoke session next door. So we're gonna grab a coffee and sing some tunes. Just the Americano? Yeah, okay. Just pure black, yes. What's your name? Sky?
Storm and sun.
Wow!
You sing a solo later.
No, I'm not good. I'm not good. No, I am not a singer.
Are you ready?
I don't even have a song. For dinner, we're here in front of Paris Mami House, and this is an establishment that's been open for more than 40 years. So Paris is kind of like a roadside eatery, almost like a deli. So it's a very popular place for locals to grab like a cheap, fast bite before they head on to the next location. Stuffed shrimp and the kamto soup. Yes.
With rice.
Huh? Oi. Okay, so we ordered Paris beef, the stuffed shrimp, and buttered chicken, and these are the most popular items they have here. I'm gonna try the Paris beef first because the name of the restaurant is Paris Mami. So it's so glossy, and the beef looks so tender. So the rice is incorporated with a little bit of dehydrated fried garlic, which is very, very common in the Philippines. Wow, the way it mixes with the sauce looks gorgeous. Very strong notes of Chinese five spice. That's the first thing that I get from Paris beef. It really does feel like a Filipino rendition of Hong Xiao Ro, 5-spice braised beef. Super tender, and I like that the fatty parts are still intact. So good. I'm gonna try the fried stuffed shrimp. Very interesting. I was expecting it to be like a shrimp that was stuffed, but it's a little different looking. It seems like almost everything is minced into a sausage-like paste and then battered and deep fried. The filling is very similar to siu mai. It has pork, it has a little bit of chili and carrots and shrimp, and the batter is actually thicker than I expected. I'm gonna put a little bit of the chili crisp that was given on the side here on top, and a squeeze of calamansi. It's easily my favorite citrus on earth. It kind of has notes of lime and yuzu. It's so small, and it's something that you can only really get in Southeast Asia. You can't get it anywhere else because the climate is not right for it. Made it 5 times better. It really tastes like the best part of a dumpling, and making it even better by deep frying it. And the calamansi, like the citrus aspect, really cuts away some of the greasiness and just brings this like very sharp acidity along with like the chili crisp on the side, and it's so good. We have this massive plate of fried chicken in front of me right now. All of this is around $5 USD. Did I expect this plate to be this big? Absolutely not, but I'm not gonna fight it. It's a heaping mound of fried chicken. Why would I say no or be upset about it? What's interesting about this is that it's called buttered chicken, and I'm not sure why it's called buttered and not fried. Let's take a bite to find out. Now I know why it's called buttered chicken. It's because it's deep fried in butter, and I think margarine. It tastes like fried chicken with, you know those like butter pumps that you put on top of popcorn at movie theaters? That. It's a mix of those two. I immediately feel my cholesterol levels just skyrocketing like Bitcoin right now. Very unfortunate because I sold at the dip because I have a faint heart. But honestly, it's pretty worth it. Crypto, I don't know if it's worth it, but this, pretty worth it. Especially at this time of night. I am craving a beer though, but I don't think they sell any alcohol. And I'm assuming this is the broth that they have after stewing beef. I've tasted this before. It tastes a bit like Jamaican ox bone actually. It's like a soup of an aged cow is what I'm getting. This cow has seen some shit. It's definitely a little gamey, salty, but very unctuous. I'm assuming it's kind of what they initially boil the beef in to kind of get rid of some of the excess fat before they make it into a stew. Interesting is where I'm gonna put it at.
No! Magkaiba! Decide mo.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
If there's one dessert you need to try in the Philippines, it's halo-halo. It means to mix because it's made up of a cascade of different colorful components. What is it made up of? Well, I like to say everything Americans will think is a savory ingredient. Beans, sweet potato, bananas, tapioca, adorned with a slice of leche flan and a healthy drizzle of sweet condensed milk because why not?
Okay, my first Halo Halo in the Philippines. I feel like this is something that I've only seen through YouTube videos, so it's been something that's been very, very high on my food bucket list for Philippines. And look how beautiful it is. The thing with Halo Halo is that there's so many different components that make up a dessert. There's the condensed milk on top. There's the leche flan that's topped on top, kind of like crowned. There's the ube. And there's a rum banana mixture on the very bottom, and it's actually warm. So it's like a bit of a play on hot and cold. And I love desserts with contrasting textures and temperatures, so I'm really excited to try. I was told that the official way to do it is to mix it. I'm almost sad getting rid of all these beautiful layers. Yeah, you can see the big banana chunks actually now. I can't wait to try it. It's actually hot as titties in Manila, and I'm not used to the tropical heat right now since I just arrived today. This looks heavenly. You could even say that there's a halo above it. That was a bad joke. It's really good. It's delicious. I love the contrasting flavors and all the different components. I'm gonna have a little bit of the ube. Some parts are sticky, some parts are icy, some parts are sweet and soft and caramelized. I love the flan that's topped on top also. It's creamy, it's sweet, and that condensed milk flavor is kind of that binding agent for all the different sweets to be homogeneous. Honestly, I could have like so much of this, especially in this heat.
Quiapo Market is a maze of flavors, and as a newcomer, I needed a guide. So I teamed up with Filipino-Korean YouTuber Jessica Lee to show me some of her favorite unique flavors of Manila, going from easy to hard.
Here with Jessica, and we're trying street food at Quiapo Market, and we're at our first destination, which is trying banana Q. So what is banana Q?
Banana Q. Basically, they say on TikTok it's the Filipino tanghulu.
Essentially, it's Filipino fried bananas. It uses a special banana called saba that are known as cooking bananas because they are starchier and firmer, and it's a staple ingredient in many Filipino kitchens. You make them by frying the bananas and coating it in brown sugar, and the residual oil on the bananas, it caramelizes the sugar, giving it crispy golden brown crust.
Okay. Isang turon po, isang banana Q. So this one is wrapped in lumpia paper, and then the brown sugar is topped after.
Thank you, Paul.
turon, and this is banana Q.
Okay.
This is my actual favorite Filipino street food snack growing up in elementary school. So try it.
I'm so excited. I love how the caramel just kind of like coats everywhere. Oh, it's so good. I like how the inside gets really like ooey and gooey, and the caramel that's like surrounding it. It also tastes like a South Korean dessert, like matang, if you know what I mean. In Korea, we make it with sweet potato.
They actually also have, some places have kamote Q, which is sweet potato Q. Exactly like matang.
Wow, this is so good. It's so hot though.
It's hot?
Yeah.
Oh, she gave you a fresh one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm lucky. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
I like the turon also. It's very different from the banana Q because like when you bite into it, it like shatters. You know, it's like the type of sweetness that hurts the top of your mouth, but I like pain in a good way. In my heart, banana Q is very top tier. So comforting, it's warm, the caramel, everything about this is 10 out of 10. I love this too, but this is something else. I also love banana desserts, so...
Do you love bananas?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Moving on to tusok now.
Tusok.
Which-
I love how like Filipino words are like said twice.
Yeah.
Hello. Tusok.
I love that part too.
Pray.
Yeah. And tusok means kuja.
Like stab.
Yeah.
Stab balls, not backs, should be the slogan for Tusok. You'll see street carts with a sizzling cauldron of oil on every corner and with patrons waiting to pierce. A little tip, look for the ones that are the most golden brown. Jessica is going to teach us proper Tusok etiquette.
Get your own cup like this, and then there are different kinds. Here, they specialize in the two original. When we think of tusok, it's fishball and squidball. Usually, this like Filipino staple condiment.
Okay.
Suka or vinegar. Always dip it in suka, like whether it's a barbecue, fish.
You know, I'm a big fan of anything fried and golden brown, so
Yeah.
this is like really right up my alley.
Oh, okay, perfect.
No, I wanted that one.
Okay, go ahead. Yes. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this one is the squid ball.
Yeah, that's a squid ball. Okay, try the squid ball first.
I like the smell. It's really, really good. It's actually not that fishy. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
I love the texture. It's like spongy but also crispy outside. I never thought that there would be a day where I admit this on content, but I love fishy balls. Which one's cheaper?
Fish ball.
I can see why.
Yeah.
But this one, I do like the texture. It's crispy. I like the shape of it. But there isn't that like initial like super crunchiness, but it might be because I got a one that's like not as crispy. But I still really like it. I think like for me, for fish cakes, I really crave something like spicy because of the experience eating tteokbokki growing up. Squid ball's really good.
Right, yeah. What do you think about the sauce?
I love anything sour. Like that for me, like a good food always needs a little bit of acidity. There's something acidic happening, salty and spicy. So I really love Filipino sauces.
Wow.
Top tier sauce. Easy. Bring it on, girlie.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I can take more.
Yay! Okay. This is green mango or manggang hilaw in Filipino.
Okay.
And this is a very common street food in the Philippines where we just eat it with bagoong. And when I was growing up in school, in elementary school in the Philippines, like during recess, break time, the green mango kuya would walk by and sell it like while walking during recess time.
Something that like I would never know, and that's a very like it's really amazing that you have these like memories growing up with the street food and like how to eat it. Okay, so you want to get a little bit of the bagoong and the green mango.
Yeah.
So this is unripe mango.
Unripe mango, but it's a different kind from the yellow ones we see on the streets as well. So it's a different variant.
She's my guinea pig. Good reaction. Good reaction. I've never had mango that's crunchy. Like the only mango that I've had is very mushy or
Sweet.
frozen. So this to me is a big culture shock, and it's not even like green papaya either. It's a very different realm. There's a little bit of bitterness coming at the end to eat. Like this is the type of food that I crave when I'm like editing. You know, because I want something salty, I want something like acidic, and I don't want to be eating too much. And this is perfect because then I don't have to get my like hands dirty while I edit. So I can imagine myself being like,
You know how this is like a unripe mango, right? It's green. People really enjoy the sourness of this.
yeah.
And then people also really enjoy fermented flavors in the Philippines, like bagoong.
And what is bagoong made of?
Normally shrimp. It's shrimp paste.
Kind of tastes like a fruit kimchi in a sense. You know, like the more southern regions of Korea has a lot of fish sauce as well. Honestly, I could eat this with rice even. Like, I don't know if you guys do that, but I.
Oh, they do.
Yeah?
With rice, bagoong rice.
Okay, because like I feel like that's one similarity between Filipinos and Koreans
Yeah.
is that we both
Love rice. We're gonna get more and more exotic now. So we're now gonna move on to some exotic grill.
grill side places usually.
Ihao.
Ihao?
Yes, this whole grill experience is, you can call it ihao.
Ihao?
Ihao. That means grill. But what I suggest is the isaw, which is chicken intestine.
Huh?
Head? Chicken head? That's head. Oh my god, that's... Oh yeah.
I'm down to try the chicken head. I've never tried chicken head before.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do we have here?
So we have the exotic ihao. I never tried chicken head myself.
Me neither. I think that's a first for me. I've never seen chicken head ever.
But I know a lot of the tatais or the ajoshis
Yeah.
love to eat this while drinking.
Oh.
Yeah. I've never seen any young people even eat this. Yeah. Let's try easy first, this one. This is the chicken intestine. So it's really everyone's favorite, this isaw.
I don't know what it is that's inside, but there's something creamy and really nice inside that I really like. Probably it's poop, but
Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah.
Today is the day that I discovered that I like chicken shit. I'm into it. And it's really nice and creamy. It has a nice bit of sweetness at the end too.
Now it's your turn to shine. Because I can't have both of these.
I love the texture. I
You
like
like it?
how like chewy and bouncy it is. I don't think I've ever had a
Is
crowd this big also.
I know.
Let me, I need to film this. Hello!
Next up we have the
Chicken feet?
yeah, chicken feet. I never tried this even. So in the Philippines we call this adidas.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Are you sponsored by Adidas?
Oh yeah, so look at that. The three, it looks like chicken feet, right?
Is that why it's called Adidas?
Yes.
No way, really?
We really love to joke around and yeah. So Adidas.
Let's eat some feet.
I got encouraged by Tina.
We can even like hold hands like
Yeah.
A lot of meat right here.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I love all the tendons. It is definitely a hassle to
Yeah.
eat through the bones.
Yeah.
But once you just like get into it, it's so good. And for me, it's like a good excuse to have more like barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? It's all about the sauce. And like in the Philippines, they definitely know what they're doing. And I love it with a little bit of the vinegar to add a bit of acidity.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, baby.
Okay, so this one, the last one, you really have to try alone because I really cannot.
Okay.
Like it's too much for me.
It's
Okay,
for
okay.
world peace. Don't yuck my Oh, it's good.
How is it? Oh my, I was so shocked. She just had put everything in one go. I'm like, oh my god.
Actually, the brain is really good.
Oh my god, the brain.
It's like nice and creamy and juicy.
Oh my god, the brain.
This looks like a Halloween special.
Yeah, it does.
It's a bit annoying to eat because there's so much of the head.
It's more work than the Adidas.
Yeah, it's more work than the
Way more.
Adidas, but it's actually surprisingly very sweet and soft. And you can see the eye right here, I think.
Oh. Well, it's that big. Chicken thigh. Even if it's small.
It's just chicken at the end of the day.
Oh Oh my god, oh my god.
Jessica.
Oh my
Jessica! And now you have to try. Honestly, the eyes taste like,
Oh my god.
they taste like tapioca pearls. They taste like boba. It tastes like gongcha. I'll just give you the eyes so that you can try.
For real?
Yeah. Oh. So this is the eyeball.
How does it taste? Like honestly, how does it taste?
actually-
The eyes?
I hate you not, it tastes like boba. It tastes like gongcha.
Because I love fish eyes. You know fish eyes? I love fish eyes, but
It's better than fish eye.
are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Tina gave me a lot of encouragement, you know? So I'm gonna try because Tina is inspiring me. Okay, you're gonna feed me, okay? It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad.
No.
It actually tastes like boba.
If you like chicken, you should try like all parts of it, you know? And that's like the best way to enjoy food. Eat everything. Okay. Thank you, Paul. So delicious. So thank you so much.
Ate, sarap! Sarap! So balut is, I would say, even among Filipinos,
It's divided.
it's really divided. If you have this, then you're really the master of master of master.
Cookies. Yan.
Okay, so balut is a fertilized duck egg. If you take the whole thing out, you can actually see the little beak, the little eyes, the little, you know, so
Okay.
that's why, yeah. So you just crack it open. Once you opened it enough, you'll feel the soup. So you have to drink the soup first. That's the part of the experience.
Very nice. It tastes like egg drop soup. Like a very intense chicken flavor with a little bit of egginess.
So it's really healthy as well. Very
Yeah.
high in protein.
Okay, so are we gonna open up the full thing?
I'm gonna give it to Audrey, so you try it.
Look at her! This is what you are right now. You're being a little embryo right now.
The soup is so good though,
The
right?
soup is really good. It actually tastes like really good, like chicken ramen.
Yeah.
I honestly love chili sauce in water bottles like this. I feel like that's when you know it's like the best hot sauce. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
there's
yeah.
like a makeshift bottle.
The
I
real
love it.
one, the real kind.
You want a little bit?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try the yolk. I'm only really gonna have the yolk part because like
Because
I'm-
you're
I'm-
a little
I'm-
chicken?
Yeah, I'm a loser. I'm a loser. loser. So okay.
Let's try. Honestly, it's pretty good. I just want a little more chili sauce. It's like a little shot glass.
You're more than a Filipino.
I actually really enjoy this. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it. To be honest, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When you see it on social media, like everyone's like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a bit like gross, but it's not at all.
It's actually not. It's good. It's just the look of it. That's hard. Yeah.
It's actually like egg that went to the gym. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like yolked up.
Yeah.
Like egg.
Egg and chicken, like in between egg and chicken.
Really good. I think the only part that I think is a little like that was a little more different from what I've tried is like the hair, like the feather.
That's what I mean. That's why I can't have it. That's why.
But then I kind of just like chewed through the beak. The beak is also quite soft.
You
as
just
well.
swallow the beak.
Yeah, you can swallow beak, right?
Wow.
It's almost like chicken cartilage. So if you like yakitori, that's what it kind of tastes like, the cartilage parts. It's good. I actually like it.
So this is what the losers have. So like losers like me who cannot have the balut will have the penoy. This is really
I
a
see.
thing. Yeah.
So
So
this is just duck egg that's being boiled.
yes.
Nice.
So it's so good too. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a duck egg and
Me
a normal
too.
egg.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been such a fun experience eating our way through the streets of Philippines. Thank you so much to Jessica. Please go check out her channel. And she eats the best Filipino food ever. And it's been so fun.
Filipino street food is honestly the best. One of the best street foods that I've ever tried. And it could be a little exotic, but like how Tina could have everything and actually enjoyed it, it's actually good. So if you guys have a chance to come to the Philippines, try everything out. Like Tina. Like the brave girl, Tina.
Don't yuck my yum. Okay. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you!
What better way to learn about Filipino home cooking from the TikTok food sensation Abby, aka Lumpia Queen? With over 3.3 million followers on TikTok, she has captivated the world with her cooking, and she's going to teach me how to make Filipino staple dish, lukoy.
So I'm here today with Miss Abby.
That's so awkward. Hi, I'm Abby.
And she's gonna teach us.
Hey, Doobies.
Wow! How to make?
Okoy. This is kalabasa. It's a type of squash. Please peel and cut into matchsticks. Chop, chop. Meanwhile, I'll do the carrots.
What are some of the things that you love about Filipino food that really like gets your cravings going?
I am a sucker for crispy foods. I think Filipinos in general like anything crispy, dipping stuff a lot in vinegar.
Mine looks so awful in comparison to yours. I don't know what I'm doing, but yes.
But it looks nice. It's
Yeah, it's all the difference that makes us beautiful, right? That's what we were talking about, diversity.
yes.
So I have diversity in my chops as well.
Okay, you will also have diversity in the cooking time, you know. Some raw parts and some mushy parts.
Exactly, that's what makes us human.
So the okoy we'll be making today will be kalabasa, which is a type of squash, carrots, shrimp. Now, we're gonna dust this with flour just so the batter will stick. Could you do that for me? The amount is not really super strict. And then in a separate bowl, we're gonna make the batter. It's gonna be a wet batter made with cornstarch and flour. To lighten it up, I'm gonna add baking powder.
And that's gonna act as a leavening agent?
Yeah, act as a leavening agent, makes it really light and crispy. Yes. To add some color, we're gonna add turmeric. Other people use annatto powder. It's a seed, annatto seeds. We also use it to color street foods like kwek later.
The quail eggs.
Yeah, the quail eggs, yeah. But I'm using turmeric because turmeric also adds a bit of a flavor. And then some salt. Basically, when you cook anything into a fritter, it's gonna be yummy because it's fried and crispy.
So is this something that's eaten as a snack?
The dish that we eat with the rice. So it could be an ulam or an independent snack
And what's the approximate ratio?
until your
Ancestors.
ancestors tell you to stop. But I'm adding water little by little just to make sure I get the right consistency. Like a thin pancake batter. Yeah. I think this should be good to go. The frying process is gonna be really interesting. We just need a frying pan filled with oil.
Okay.
This is just neutral oil. And we need a lot. And we get a plate. If you want squash, you can just add squash. If you want to mix, you can just be creative with it. Put whatever you like. And then you can put some batter in this, scoop some batter there, and then you slide it into the pan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is such an interesting technique to
Yeah.
hold shape. I've never seen this
one,
technique
yeah.
also.
Yeah. We're doing it like this because we see the texture of the vegetables on the other side really popping up.
Yeah, it's the crispy edges that really matter.
Yeah, and we really can control what it looks like. I hope it slides down easily because we did not oil the plate. Yeah.
That's so cool. Wow, this is gorgeous.
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 So you see, like, with this technique, the vegetables or the shape of the ingredients really stand out. And then the other side will be kind of flat. That's the, I think, iconic visual of an okoy.
And I love the texture on it too, because it's not just one big lump. It's
Yeah.
very layered also.
Yes.
Ah, that's so beautiful.
And each bite is also gonna be quite different.
3 top fast food chains in Philippines: Jollibee's, Chowking, and Inasal.
I'm actually an endorser, but I'm an endorser for Jollibee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, she has my
And
dream job.
Doobie, do you wanna?
Yeah, I'll try. Does
We
there
call
like
you
a
Doobie, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Or do we
totally
call
fine.
you Tina?
Should I call you just Lumpia?
Shut up.
Ah, perfect. Okay, am I doing a good job?
Yep.
I just slide it in.
Yep. And just make sure you shake it a bit, just
Okay.
so it retains the integrity of the. Yeah.
Mine don't look as pretty.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Mine is like a Cubism version, like a
Yeah.
Picasso version.
Oh yeah. But it's okay. It's your first
Anyway, yeah,
okoy.
it's my first okoy. This is so much fun.
Okay, so we'll make the vinegar. It's basically just vinegar, a couple of calamansi. Could you mix them together,
Of
please?
course.
I like to soften the red onions by mixing it with a little bit of salt and sugar. before I add it with the vinegar, just so it really draws out the water from the onions. And it turns the vinegar a little pink, which is something that happens a lot with vinegar dips along the streets. It's pink because of the red onions.
What are some staple Filipino condiments that you have in the fridge or in the pantry?
Definitely soy sauce, vinegar. Oyster sauce is also a big thing. Fish sauce or patis. Then banana ketchup.
And you're doing half and half calamansi and vinegar.
Maybe
More?
No. More vinegar.
More vinegar
Yeah.
to calamansi.
Yeah.
Should I do one more?
And then I'll go ahead and add, then season it with some flaky salt.
Ooh,
How fancy! And some sugar.
Wow, I'm actually so surprised that this held together. Metaphor to my life. You just kind of throw it in there, shake it in there, and then hope it holds up, and it somehow kind of does, low-key.
My favorite quote from Doobydobap is, "Pen is greater than penis." Then I'm also gonna add some chili in here. Do you like spicy food? Of course, you're Korean. I'm not gonna wait for your answer.
And is cucumber going in as well?
Yeah, so nice, so refreshing, and it just adds a crunch.
I have a confession to make. There's one food that I do not eat.
Okay, I'll make a separate.
Okay, I'm gonna take this okoye out.
Okay, is it
Nice.
crispy?
Oh, super crispy.
Okay, and this is just vinegar. This is cane vinegar, which I find is
And where does cane
milder?
vinegar come from?
From sugar canes. Tama. We have a big production of sugar in the Philippines. If you have a lot of sugar canes, then you can also have a lot of cane vinegar. Yeah.
Shots
Yes,
fired.
yes,
Shots
yes, yes.
fired.
Yeah. Then do you want to have a taste of this one?
I like how the onions bloom the color.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice and spicy too.
Yeah. I was
just
gonna
use the
get another
opposite.
spoon. Meanwhile, Tina used.
Less dishes is
Yeah.
more pleasure
Yes.
for your future.
Perfect.
Nice. Thanks, Mom. You're
Yep.
younger than me, but you feel like a mom to me,
Oma.
right?
Oma. The Filipino word for it is nanay.
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 Yeah, nanay. Nanay. Yeah.
Wow. It's like
Okay.
a crown.
This is Doobie's
Yeah.
masterpiece.
It looks
Yes.
so good.
And there's also a bit of char, I think, from the onions. No?
It's the best part.
Yeah. Crunch check. So this one's yours.
Thank
Because
you.
Tina doesn't eat cucumbers. My God, you're 26.
I'm a man child.
Okay, and then just dip it in vinegar and just have a bite. Cheers. How is it?
It's so good. It's
Really?
like unbelievably crispy. It's not doughy at all in the center. I feel like for a lot of fritters, like the middle part, you kind of sacrifice
Yeah.
because you're like, oh yeah, the edges are where it's at, and you kind of eat the ring and then leave the middle.
Yeah.
But this is just crunchy
All over.
all throughout. Wow.
And that's the benefit of cooking it this way, because you have some spaces, it creates a lot of ridges, so the oil really penetrates the entire thing. And it's not just one regular sized patty where it's just a surface that's gets really fried.
No, it's not a dough ball. It's just, I think I'm really actually amazed at the technique that goes in, and you kind of explained it as like a whatever meal, like whatever is in the fridge, you kind of batter in, you just deep fry it, whatever. But there's a lot of like science behind it,
Yeah.
and technique,
Yeah.
and knowledge behind it to create such a well executed okoye.
Yeah, if you want to nerd out on it, definitely there's some fascinating things going on in there.
So good. And like my favorite part is like the crispy onion. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Wow.
It gets charred and gets a little bit
Try
sweet.
some of yours too. Wow.
You think it's gonna be different?
Probably so. But still.
What you need to try is the one with the cucumbers.
I'll
But I
try.
don't
Okay,
think
for
I don't
you,
think I
I'll
can
do it.
pay you enough. There's Wait.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll dip it.
Really?
Never.
No, never.
Oh my god, she
I'll
loves
dip
me
in.
more than you.
Yes. It's like so bad to a point where I would not eat watermelon in the fridge that was in with a cucumber next to it. It spreads like a virus. I have a couple chunks. Honestly,
Yeah, that was a big bite.
it's actually really good. The cucumberiness is actually nulled out by the
Yeah.
vinegar and the sugar.
Yeah.
So it has like a pickliness to it, so it doesn't have that like
Yeah.
the strong
cucumber punch.
Yeah, the cucumber punch is actually just more mellow and like nuanced. So
Yes.
it's really nice. Actually, I almost prefer this one.
What
Oh.
the
You win.
life-changing
Yeah.
dip.
Thank you so much, Debbie.
Yes.
And like, what an honor, honestly. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, no, Abby's definitely a creator that I really respect. And she also, not in a demeaning way, you're gonna be much bigger, but she reminds me of me like 3 years ago a lot, so.
That's very demeaning.
Oh,
No, just kidding. Just kidding. You started.
Yeah, I also started on TikTok, so that's where I got my
Yeah.
first leap. And then I like more transitioned into YouTube, but yeah. So
Yeah.
you remind me a lot of like baby
Okay,
me.
so you mean I'm also gonna have this relationship? This is
You're
my
also going
future
to
life.
Yeah, you're also gonna meet another Kevin that's Danish with Lord Farquaad hair.
After our cooking lesson, Abby then took us out to her alma mater, UP Diliman, for popular Filipino street food amongst nation's best university students.
Where are we right now?
Yeah, we are in University of the Philippines, Diliman campus. Yeah, I went to college here, and I just really wanted to share with you a typical life of a Filipino student. This is called taho. It's soybean curd, some pearls, usually made out of tapioca.
Okay.
And then there's also a brown sugar syrup.
Oh.
So it's just brown sugar with some water, reduced down to a syrup consistency. And people usually eat this in the morning. Mix it up.
Okay.
Just to get, because the syrup settles at the bottom.
Okay.
So you want to get a bit of everything.
Okay, so just mixing all up.
Yeah, mixing up a bit.
It's super cool
Yeah.
to have like warm, sweet silken tofu.
Yeah. This is the first time I've had it in a while.
It's so good.
Like, you could also drink it.
Yeah?
Kuya, may straw. There's no straw, but you could also eat this with a straw. But I see you're enjoying your soybean curds.
It's like really nutty also. So it has like kind of this like nuttiness at the end.
Yeah.
It's like really nice. I can see why this is super popular for
Yeah.
breakfast. It feels very healthy, which I don't know if it is.
Yeah?
Oh, it's okay. Everything is healthy if you enjoy it.
It's probably because of the molasses from the brown sugar. Yeah.
And it's not too sweet.
Not too sweet! So this is called sorbetes. It's dirty ice cream. Our moms would warn us, don't buy dirty ice cream because the vendors would be on the side of the streets, hold their penises, and then they would serve you the cone.
But right now,
That's the culture.
they
But this
have-
is hygiene.
Yeah,
hygiene.
yeah.
They have napkins.
Yeah, they do. They have napkins.
Just
Yeah,
don't eat the
napkins.
napkin.
They have avocado, cheese, and strawberry.
Ooh.
Usually the combination.
So everything is coconut based, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think a lot of people who are not familiar with Filipino ice cream get weirded out that we do cheese flavored ice cream. But it's pretty common. It has bits of cheese or queso. Usually it's ube and cheese. Yeah.
It's not very cheesecakey because of
Yeah.
the coconut.
And because of the dairy is, well, they use coconut milk, it's not that heavy.
The avocado one's actually really good.
Dirty ice cream, but
Clean, yes. Very good. I like it. The thing is, I feel like every campus has something like this. like where I went to school, there was like a late night truck that sold like roll burgers, and it seems like a place where you can grab like a really quick, like almost indulgent snack while you're walking from class to class or late night from the library. And it's like a really cute like little wooden stall with an area next to it where just students are gathered, like looking at words to study and just slipping away noodles. And it just reminds me of when I was in college back in my day. I'm getting old, aren't I? So we have some kue kue, which are battered fried quail eggs, and this red hue comes from the annatto seed color. So it kind of acts as a colorant, and you deep fry it in a wet batter, and you get this puffy, crunchy, crispy, almost alien egg looking color. Beautiful though. Dip it in the sauce, like that. It's hot, but the batter is so light and fluffy. It has like this really nice airiness and crunchiness outside, but the egg is nice and warm, and it's really, really good with the sauce. So the name of this dish is called Dynamite. We'll see how it tastes. So inside is supposed to be cheese, and as Abby was saying, if done correctly, the seeds shouldn't be there so that it's not too spicy, but I guess we'll have to find out. And the sauce is like a ketchup mayo mixed sauce. Like a jalapeno popper. It's a mozzarella, like a fresh cheese inside. But the pepper, you would think that it's really spicy, but it's actually a little bitter and sweet and really well sweated out. So it's like warm and comforting, like a mother's womb, you know? And with the sauce, I'm not sure what this sauce is. It's not ketchup and mayo. It's something else, but it hits the right spots. It is dynamite! It's like, oh, I wanted to visually like the quick quick. Hello! Hello! We're here at the Tutuban night market, and it looks poppin'. The lanterns are so bright and colorful. There's music flowing in the streets, and there are a bunch of food stalls, so I cannot wait to eat my way through the night market, the taste of the night markets of Manila. Let's go. Kain tayo. So Tutuban is a district with a lot of the garments. So this is where people do a lot of the shopping, and also what are shoppers doing? You know, you walk around a lot, you shop for clothes, and naturally you get hungry and you want to grab a quick bite. So there's a bunch of street stalls that have kind of developed around the shopping center, so that's exactly where we're going. I think we're gonna get the sizzling meal with only rice with gravy. So maybe we get some sisig. Pork sisig sounds good. We haven't had sisig in a while. Sisig good? Yeah? Okay. Okay. 2 pork sisig? Yeah. Yeah. And then which one's this one?
Bagnet.
Then we'll do 1 lechon kawali with gravy and
1 pork sisig.
and 1 pork sisig. Yes. I got my wish for Philippines, sisig, and it comes on this sizzling plate. So sisig is made up of pork jowl, so you know, like the chubby cheeks on a pig's head. It's chopping up those meats, adding in with some chilies, onions, topped off with a little bit of mayonnaise. And on the side we have some turmeric rice, and to crown everything off, we have an egg cracked in the center and it is looking very, very juicy. The yolk is still super runny and it's perfect to be mixed in with the rice. It's spicy, it's a little chewy because it's the pork jowl piece, and the fat cap is on the very end and it's a little chewy but really crispy as well. Almost reminds me of chicharron. And the onions add a really nice crunch. Definitely like a super indulgent meal, but one of my favorite Filipino dishes ever. So the history of sisig is actually pretty interesting. So all the pork heads were thrown out of US Army bases, and it was using those pig heads, making it into like a sizzling plate, and that's where sisig comes from. It really comes out of lack of resources, but it's a great dish with lots of flavor, history, and culture. On the side, we also have another plate of lechon kawali. What's super interesting about this lechon kawali is that it's topped up with gravy. And lechon kawali is pork belly that's been deep fried and grilled again. What I think is so interesting, and I know I talked about this for tapsilog, but it's so interesting how in the Philippines, because there's the US influence and the Spanish influence, like lechon is something that comes from Spain, and gravy is something that's very American. Rice is something very Filipino and East Asian, and it's all these influences coming together on this one plate. And it's so indulgent. But it's really good. And the pork is super tender. I'm gonna try another piece. It has a little bite to it, crispy on the edges, and the fat just like melts off. And the gravy, honestly, the gravy is so good together. Great meal. I love Filipino food. It's also because I like pork and I like a little bit of greasy food as well, so it's right up my alley. Let's get sinigang. Alabi, I'd love to get some sinigang. I haven't had soup, and a Korean girlie needs her soup. Do you have sinigang?
Sinigang, yes ma'am.
Oh.
Sinigang na ulo sa miso, sinigang na hipon, sinigang sa miso, and sinigang pork.
I think I'll have pork sinigang. And what are the skewer?
This one is pork barbecue, ma'am.
Pork
And
barbecue?
Chicken barbecue.
Can we get one pork barbecue and one chicken barbecue? Hello. Can I get a melon? Which one is this one? Coconut? Yeah, I'll get coconut. Yeah. If Korea has kimchi jjigae, Philippines has sinigang. I love sour. There's sweet, there's bitter, there's salty, there's sour. My favorite is definitely sour. And one of my favorite soups of all times is sinigang. Even to a point where I make it at least like once a month because I love it that much. But I use like the Knorr's seasoning packet, but it's really good. The food scientists, they know what they're doing. I really needed some soup. It's super acidic. I have to admit, a lot of the things have been really like oily and deep fried, which I love. But sometimes I just need a bit of that sour soup to just cleanse everything in order to eat more greasy fried food. So I ordered pork sinigang, and it's like a very salty, acidic base with nice porky flavor. And then there's Morning Glory, the vegetable for Southeast Asia. Usually there's things like onions, garlic, shallots, even eggplant, but here at the street food market, they keep it very simple with a little bit of protein, onions, tomatoes, and Morning Glory. This market actually has so many good grubs. So yummy. I also ordered some skewers on the side. This one is a chicken skewer, and it's coated in this red, almost char siu-like barbecue sauce. Actually pretty good. I didn't expect the texture to be so soft, So it's the drumstick that's kind of just been deboned and put into a skewer. I feel like it's been boiled for a long time and then marinated in order to keep for longer and then grilled. So it's like super soft and all the collagen kind of falls off the bone. Super yummy. And then this one's the pork version. Really looks like chashu. Both are really good. Almost like a sticky teriyaki sauce that's been glazed over. Soy sauce, brown sugar, and a little bit of red food coloring to make it more appetizing. It's good, but in my heart, nothing beats sinigang. I freaking love sinigang. So delicious. This is life. I love the night market scene in Philippines. Like Manila is so fun to just go around different markets. I feel like Manila is a city that comes alive, especially during the night. Like everyone's so active at night. Probably because it's so hot during the day that everyone just crawls out during the night. It was really fun. Flown off if I was. This is how we transport in Manila.
Remember our friends from yesterday? Well, Abby's friends Jean and Kath are local content creators here in the Philippines, and Jean's family operates a carinderia. Carinderia is a type of local eatery typically serving affordable and hearty home-cooked Filipino dishes, and it's the backbone of nourishing Filipinos looking for a quick and satisfying meal.
I'm shocked right now.
Welcome to the city of Caloocan, and here are our special dishes for you guys today. Since it's Friday, we offer grilled items on our menu. So we have tuna panga, which is the tuna jaw, then tuna belly. We have grilled squid, grilled bangus, grilled eggplant with ensalada. It's with spring mangoes, the shrimp paste, pork belly, which has a Filipino marinade, banana ketchup, soy sauce, calamansi, and sugar. Then we have the chicken in a sandwich.
Oh, it looks...
Okay.
Forgot about tilapia.
Tilapia.
Tilapia. Okay.
This looks so amazing. And what are some of the other dishes we have here, like the stewed items especially?
The monggo, which is a way we cook mung beans. Of course, we have adobo, and I'm so happy that you'll be able to taste the adobo cooked at like
Home style.
Home style. And this is made of pork, but adobo could be made with other kinds of meat, like chicken adobo. We also have adobong pusit, which is squid.
So what is adobo? Is it the use of using soy sauce, vinegar to cooked out?
I think recently there's been a lot of discussion about it because the original, like the way back version of adobo doesn't have soy sauce. But now a lot of people, to them, adobo is dark stew meat with soy sauce.
I see.
Yeah, adobo could be described generally as something with an acid that will allow it to tenderize and have a longer shelf life. We really like adobo because it stays good for so long, like for lunch boxes.
And it gets better over time.
And it gets better over time.
Wow.
So adobo, and then we have a soup dish for you as well, which is sinigang sa miso. So sinigang
My
can
favorite.
be sinigang. There are a lot of ways to make it sour. Watermelon. There's also sampalok or tamarind. This one is miso.
Miso.
Yeah, miso, yeah. Salmon heads. Because one thing about Filipinos is that we're very resourceful and we don't put anything to waste. So we always use the innards, the blood. So for fish, we use the head. We eat the eyes. And then we have pinakbet.
Pinakbet.
Gising-gising. It's called gising-gising because it's spicy. It wakes you up.
Caldereta.
Caldereta.
Caldereta is like, you know how many cuisines would have stew with potatoes and carrots?
Yes.
That's our potato and carrot
Okay.
dish.
And I see over there that we have one of my...
we have more food.
One of my favorite dishes, kare kare. And the base of this is, to my understanding, peanut butter, right?
Yeah, peanut butter or ground peanuts.
Wow. And that makes this like really nutty, almost smooth, creamy sauce. And this is made with beef as well.
Yes, oxtail.
Beef and oxtail.
Yeah, so usually it's oxtail.
I can't wait. I think we need to eat now.
It doesn't get more authentic
Yeah.
than this.
Yeah, this is,
Even the plates.
yeah, I love this. Yeah, I'm gonna try the horse too.
Get a little bit of these.
Everything.
So, do you want me to tear it up?
That's such a Korean mom thing. You're getting a little bit of everything.
Yes.
So these are the ones you're most excited to try.
Yeah, I really want to try everything. It's hard to choose. I've never seen also squid adobo, so I'm definitely gonna try this.
We also prepared vinegar.
Toyo mansile. Then we have calamansi.
Calamansi.
Then chili.
Ah. And I love that there's that similarity between Koreans and Filipinos. Like meat is always at the center of the gathering.
Yeah.
I started with the barbecue. Barbecue is so good. The banana ketchup, it caramelizes and kind of burns at the end and it adds a really nice char. And the meat is so tender as well. For clarification, this is Jean's family business and you're the third generation.
I'm
And
the best.
you're the best? And will you be taking over the restaurant?
No.
Why not?
I like doing content creation more. It pays a lot more.
That's true, that's true.
Without the extra hard work.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sticking to content creation.
What do you call this type of family meal?
What's happening here is salo-salo. Like
Salo-salo.
get together. Yeah, eating together. Salo-salo. Salo-salo.
So what do we have here?
Mais conielo.
Mais conielo.
Basically creamed corn, sweetened corn with cornflakes with evaporated milk and ice. Saging conielo, saging meaning banana.
Yeah.
Then we have ube, makapuno.
And we
Wow.
have leche flan.
Of course.
Yes.
Arnibal,
Sago.
sago, or pearls, and then jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Gelatin.
Sometimes grass jelly.
Grass jelly.
Sometimes agar-agar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Get some of that makapuno.
A little coconut.
Yeah, coconut.
Oh! I've never tasted anything like this. But it's really, really, it's like, you know, coconut cream? It feels like the best part of the coconut cream.
Yeah.
I love Filipino desserts. I think that's what I was looking forward to the most because they don't sell that many Filipino desserts outside of the Philippines. Next one is gonna be the banana. And these bananas are big. Mmm. The banana actually has a really nice bite to it.
Let me introduce you to my ama.
Wow!
Masarap. Mashisayo.
Mashisayo.
How did you like the food?
Wonderful.
Best food ever. Like, I have best food ever. Best thing I ate this year. This year. Highlight. Very nice. Yeah, the coconut especially and the ube too is super good. So ube is 자색고구마. Mais conielo. There's two different types of corn. There's the sweet corn and the corn flakes. Using sweetened corn as dessert is something that only exists in Southeast Asia and it is so genius. Like they don't use it for desserts in the US, even though it's so sweet. And it makes so much sense to use it in dessert. It tastes like the best part, you know when you're done eating cereal? And that milk.
Exactly.
It tastes like that. I love how like the little corn kernels pop also. So good. Okay, next. This one. It looks almost medicinal. Oh yeah. It has a really like interesting like herbal note to it almost. And where's that coming from?
Maybe it's because of the banana essence.
Banana
Essence.
essence.
Extract.
That's what it is. It's like a very refreshing bubble tea.
Sugar.
Yeah, sugar. Yeah, it is very just sugary, but it's like perfect. Like it's what you want because I feel like sometimes water doesn't quench your thirst during the summer, so you want something sweet and like just a little bit of jello in there too. I like it. I like everything. But I have to say my favorite is definitely the ube one. And this is the ube, the processed ube in the purest form.
Yeah.
Mmm, so good. It is sweet, but it's nice. I like how like creamy it is. It's been the best thing so far. Like literally best meal. And I can't believe you guys also sell desserts also.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Prepare merienda.
Yeah.
Serve you guys.
My honor. Wow.
Caramel.
Oh, it's so warm also. I haven't had warm mochi, you know, like warm rice cake in so long. Wow. So good, like 10. I have to be honest with you, it gets hot in Manila. It reaches like 34 degrees Celsius and raging sun. So during the day, you do have to kind of take cover. So we came out to Fort Santiago, which is a remnant of the Spanish colonization in the Philippines. And although there is a sad history behind it, it is beautiful. Right next to the Intramuros Fort Santiago area is Binondo, which is the oldest Chinatown in the world. Fort Santiago is kind of a green haven for a busy city like Manila. There's not that many public spaces and green spaces in Manila just because of the population density. But here, it's very calm, a lot of big old trees, historical sites, breeze coming through, and it's really, really nice to be able to take a break from the city and walk around the area and head on over to Binondo. So if you want to catch a break in Manila, the hectic city of Manila, this is a good place to go. So we just walked over from the Intramuros area over the river to Binondo, which is Chinatown, and the neon gates are very flashy, but they're welcoming us. It's beautiful at night. The view of the Manila city with the neon lights from Chinatown is gorgeous. You can see that this is just a whole melting pot of cultures in Manila. Let's go eat. We're here at our destination. It's called Best Taste Food House. It's inside an alleyway right next to the canal, and the vibes are immaculate. I'm hungry. I'm thinking some fried rice, some spare ribs, some seafood is also gonna be good. Noodles as well. We could get some fried garlic frog legs. Canton guisado. So this is kind of the quintessential fast food experience in Chinatown. You can almost think of it as like a deli stop. It's gonna be fried, it's gonna be indulgent, it's gonna have a lot of spices. And this is kind of where the original fast food started at Chinatown. So we have some Canton pancit right here, and you can essentially think of this as fried lo mein. And because this is Chinese fast food, takeout style food, it's a little greasy, it's gonna be a lot of carbs, and that wok smell is really, really intense and it's very nice. It's lightly dressed in oil and soy sauce, and we have some fried rice here. We have our fried calamari, and last but not least, fried frog legs. And on top is some crispy garlic and buttered garlic. I know that frog legs probably sound super weird to a lot of people, especially in the West, but it's actually also commonly eaten in French cuisine as well. In this climate where there's a lot of water and humidity, it's a perfect conditions for all those frogs to get really plump and fat. So I'm expecting this to be really juicy. I actually personally love frog legs, so I'm really excited. I like that the noodles are thin. It's really good at coating every noodle in a good amount of soy sauce, salt, and a little bit of MSG because you want that umami boost. And to me, this is like the perfect drunchy food. I would kill to have a glass of cold beer on the side while I eat this. It would be even more delicious with a little bit of a buzz. But they actually didn't sell beer, which I'm surprised about. Probably because the food is cheap here and they want a constant turn of people and they don't want rowdy guests. Fried rice, very good, very standard. Has all the elements of a good fried rice. Let's try the calamari. I do have to be honest with you, it isn't the best calamari just because the batter is really thick and it's a little soft. We also got our spare Sichuan style pork ribs. Look at the color on that, beautiful. Just like the colors of the Chinatown gate. I'm gonna have some of this. And this one is Sichuan style. Looks absolutely delicious. Also fried. Everything here is fried actually. And the thing is, the secret to good cooking, you need a little bit of oil and indulgence because if it's bad for your cholesterol, it's good for your taste buds. So these are the frog legs. Let's give it a try. So these are the back legs of a frog. And I don't like this expression, but it really tastes like good chicken. It's tender, it's sweet, it falls right off the bone, and it's not tough at all. It's really good, and it gets really crispy too, even better than the calamari. If you ever see fried garlic frog legs on the menu, definitely go for it. It's a delicacy. Fried pork looks so good. Sichuan style. It's sweet and sour pork with a little bit of spice and red food coloring to make the color really pop. It's good. It's not crispy though. I would say this is a place you would want to come when you're pretty drunk. I think it's really all about the vibes. Like where else and when else would you be eating right next to the canal with a fast food Chinese place with people having fun and eating, sharing greasy food? It's all about the experience. I'm in front of Engbitin right now and we are the last order of these fried XLBs. They're calling it fried xiaolong baos, but it's a Shanghainese style of zhengjian bao that they're selling off the street. So we're gonna grab a couple buns. Just spicy. Thank you, Paul. After 30 minutes, we finally got our fried XLB. We got some spicy sauce on top. Smells amazing. It's already like the juices are just bursting out right now. Wow. Super crispy on the bottom. The pork filling is super juicy. I can understand why people were lining up to get these. It's really good. So good. It's like indulgent, but very welcoming at the same time. It's just packed with flavor. It's worth making it down to Chinatown just for this, actually. And the technique is fascinating. She has this like sizzling pot of oil and a really heavy duty like cast iron pan almost. And she's constantly kind of rotating it, making sure that the oil is well dispersed and that the bottom gets a nice even crisp. And she has a wooden lid on top and that kind of helps really like create this perfect homeostasis of oil and water so that the top is nice and moist, but the bottom is really crispy. And the meat inside is just incredibly juicy and tender. 10 out of 10, this one. It's a winner. It's a winner. I'm too full though. Can I get one ube latte? A little dessert, because when in Manila, you need to get as many ube desserts as possible. Look at the color of this. Wow. Beautiful color. They ran out of boba, so this is just ube latte. Oh, opposite side. Oops. Rookie mistake. Nice. They really got their ube desserts like completely down to the science. It's creamy, it's milky, it's so good. It's like better than any commercial ube products that you'll ever find outside of Philippines. I feel like one of the things that Philippines just does so well is always gonna be dessert. And in the theme of ube, I also got this ube honey roasted pork bao. And you can see the power of ube in the dough. It's purple, and it really looks like synthetic food coloring, but it's not. And it's crazy to think that this comes from like a natural source. Let's break this in half. Wow, like a nice chashu bao. And it's filled to the brim. So the inside is honey roasted pork, so it's gonna be caramelized pork that's been cooked down, and you can kind of see how juicy it is and fatty it is already. Oh, so good. The little bits of pork is really nice. It's sweet, it's a little meaty. One-to-one, like the best chashu bao. You can't really taste the ube, it's more really for the color aspect, but it's beautiful. Look at it. Where else can you get a chashu bao that's purple? Some iced tea as well. Oh, that's too sweet for me. Iced tea is not my style. Oh, you like sweet? He likes sweets. Everything sweet. We have the Hall of Fame right here, Mr. Oh my God, so good. We have our friend Erwan at the top representing. We have some great legends that have passed here, and we need to definitely try their most famous item on their menu, which is the banana rama. And it is just piled on top like a big ass avalanche right here. We're gonna get 15 pieces of that, and we're also gonna get a couple pieces of lumpia Shanghai, which is like the Shanghainese style spring rolls that they have here in the Philippines. And I think that's what we're gonna start off with for breakfast, some nice fried food. And what's the syrup that's coating the banana rama?
With rum.
Rum, okay. Ah. So the most famous thing here sold at Mang Tooz is their banana rama. So remember lumpia, you get those wrappers and you put a banana in, wrap them up real tight like a little doobie, and then deep fry it, and you take them out and cover it in this brown sugar caramel with rum. That's where it gets the name banana rama, so it has banana and rum. And then at the very last, just like a Korean would, you sprinkle it with a little bit of sesame seeds and you get this beautiful golden brown tight roll. And it's sticky, it's sweet, and it smells amazing. There's a hint of cinnamon there as well. Powdered milk, sugar, and cinnamon. So this is what you put on the side and kind of just dip it in and eat it to really just maximize the sweetness. And on the side right here, we were told that we had to try their bestseller items, which is their pork adobo and their sisig. And keeping everything in theme of fried, we also have some lumpia Shanghai. So this is like the Shanghainese version of lumpia. And on the side we have some banana ketchup, it seems like, or sweet and chili sauce, I'm not sure. We'll have to double check. And some broth as well. So this looks like an absolute feast. definitely is a breakfast for champions. I'm gonna start with sweet first because I have a sweet tooth. I don't know why. I'm gonna try one just as is without the milk powder and see if it needs more sweetness. It's crunchy, there's a sweet, sticky banana, and by the time you fry it, a lot of the moisture gets evaporated, so it kind of turns into almost like a jelly-like texture inside because all the moisture has evaporated. Outside is super crunchy, and because they roll the lumpia wrapper not just once, but probably around twice, and there's different layers of the fried wrapping that you bite into, and it just kind of like cracks as you bite into it, and it's just like the ultimate crunch. So crispy, a little bit of acidity coming from, I think, banana extract, and the deepness coming from the rum is really nice. It almost adds like a smoky texture to it. And the slight cinnamon, very nice too. I'm gonna try it with the milk powder and see if it changes anything. I don't think I've ever had evaporated milk powder as like a little topping on the side. I feel like the last time I ate evaporated milk powder was when I was still a little suckling baby. Now it almost takes on like this powdered Dunkin' Donut feeling. Definitely sweeter, more cinnamon coming through. It really does feel like a powdered donut, but crispy. So I like that, because I like crispy. And I also like donuts. Start with some broth. Ooh, these are mung beans. Oh wow, not what I was expecting at all in terms of the flavor profile. It almost tastes like egg drop soup actually. It has like a chickeny broth with some mung beans and also a little bit of seafood. Let's try it with some lumpia Shanghai. A good healthy dollop of sweet chili sauce. So different to like a regular spring roll, this one has less veggies and more meat. It almost is like a meatball filling inside with a lot of black pepper. There's no glass noodles or woodier mushrooms. It kind of feels like the inside of a dumpling filling. So it's more meatier and more heartier. It's really good. I like it. It's crispy, it's meaty, and what more explanation do you need for that? Now on to a little bit of pork adobo. Super tender, falls right off the bone. It's all that acid doing all the tenderizing for the pork. It really breaks down the muscle tissue structure and really tenderizes it, and it also keeps for longer. It's not a common technique really outside of the Philippines, but it's so smart. So smart. Especially cooking meat with vinegar is one of the best ways to tenderize it and also get rid of some of the gaminess as well. Some sisig. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of calamansi on top. There's nothing that a bit of calamansi won't make better. Calamansi always makes food taste better. I like the raw onions. It's gonna add that crunch. And I can already see that there's a little bit of crispy parts on the top. Kind of like chicharron that's been pulverized to add a bit of that crunch. I know we've had sisig before, especially in like a sizzling plate. But again, just reinforcing what we already learned. It comes from the pork jowl, and it's all about utilizing the off parts, the parts that, you know, aren't the most favorable, and making the best out of it. The beauty of using the pig's head is that it has a lot of collagen, like it has a lot of skin, so it has a nice chewy texture as well as the fattiness. And it's one of the most prized parts in Italian cuisine, like guanciale when you make carbonara. It's an essential ingredient. It's definitely harder to cook with and harder to butcher, but when you know how to make use of it, it will create something beautiful. And that's what sisig is, resourcefulness. What I like about their sisig is actually that they put some of the tendons intact. So as you're chewing through, you kind of get these like nice textural elements of like soft bones. And I know that doesn't sound the most appetizing for some people, but it's kind of like a cartilage texture that a lot of Asian people like. So it's not just chewy and crispy and meaty, it also has some of that like bone texture of like crispiness, another element of crispiness that you get when you bite through it. We're here in front of Lunar Donut Bakery and we're gonna get some donuts. Easy peasy. Ube butternut, egg pie, looks really interesting. Hi po, ube butternut, one egg pie, and donut pirpit. Thank you po.
place where they make them.
So I have the egg pie. It kind of looks like a mashup of flan and Basque cheesecake. You can see the top that's been bruleed and really nice and dark and caramelized. And on the bottom is almost like a phyllo dough pastry that kind of acts as a crust. It's super thin and a little pale, but seems to be some sort of puff pastry of sorts. It's sweet, it's soft, it's a little eggy, it's a little puddingy, and the texture is really interesting. It does taste a bit like pudding more than tart, I want to say. So this is the ube butternut, and look how purple it is. It's coated in a sugar coating, and inside is filled with nothing, actually. Surprising. It does feel a little dense, so I am a little bit scared. What's that thing that they sell at Dunkin' Donuts? The munchkins? Tastes like munchkins. So this one I really wanted to try because we have something very similar in Korea called gwabegi. It's a twisted donut, and I'm assuming that it's kind of a rendition of the Chinese youtiao, but in the Filipino form. A lot of sugar coated outside, so I know that it's gonna be really crunchy. Also a little bit heavy. Let's give it a try. It's sweet, it's crunchy, and the dough is actually surprisingly light and fluffy, almost like a brioche dough, and it's like an yeasted dough, as you can see. But not my favorite. Let's move on. I really need a drink. It's super hot today, so I really want to just cool down with like a cold, refreshing drink. So let's go find one. One pure coconut. Thank you, Paul. Coconut juice, as fresh as it gets, and I've never seen this technique where he puts it in a bag and scrapes off all the coconut meat. Meaty, juicy, plump. Does this look like a bodily fluid in plastic? Maybe, but I like it. Super refreshing. Not too sweet, actually. This is exactly what I needed on a hot summer day. It helps me like absorb moisture better than just regular water, because sometimes just water is like hard to swallow in this weather, and it really helps me hydrate. Electrolytes get inside me. Try some Filipino bulalo. And bulalo is a beef bone marrow soup. On a hot summer day, you sometimes want to fight the heat with some heat. Number 3. Got our bulalo baka with marrow, and look at the bone marrow that's just in the center of attention. There is so much meat piled to the side. It's just like a bed of meat with a little bit of soup and a bone marrow topped and crowned to just jewel it all, and it looks fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of the soup of the bulalo. There's garlic, there's leek, and an intense beefy flavor. I can already tell that this bone marrow is just super indulgent, super rich, and it's gonna be buttery as heck. Pure fat. Pure fat. It's like drinking ghee. It's so fatty, it's so indulgent, and perhaps why there's only one in the center of it to really crown the bowl. Really good, perfect with a little bit of rice. So tender, salty, fatty, and it just falls right off. Now for every Filipino meal, you need to have rice, and I have rice at the center of attention, and everything else is going to be complementary. We have some barbecue pork liempo, and it's covered in Filipino barbecue sauce and char grilled, and the smell of the grill is just completely perfuming the entire street. Like even people from a couple streets ahead, they cannot stop but wonder, what is the smell? I want to have some meat. And this piece in particular is a pork belly, and there's a little bit of the barbecue sauce, and our grill master is constantly putting on sauce as he's grilling and flipping and basting and grilling and flipping and basting, and it's a work of art on its own. I love that the pork belly is nice and thin. It soaks up all the juices perfectly. And I swear to God, this is gonna be one of the best pieces of pork that you'll ever eat in your life. Juicy, it's sweet, it's smoky, it has all the elements of a perfectly grilled pork, and it is the creme de la creme. And it's also the pork belly, so it's gonna be fatty. It's so good. Filipino food is all about salu-salu, which is the act of complementing rice with different components of the dish to create harmony. Similar to Korean food and panchan, you want to have different components. Something a little grilled and sweet, something smoky and acidic, and there's some fermented shrimp paste that's adding some fishiness and umami and depth of flavor. Let me try a little bit of the eggplant. I love that Filipinos understand how to cook eggplant well. If you boil it or not use enough oil, it's a very tricky vegetable to cook. But I love that they whole roast it. Skin on everything with a little bit of oil, and it's as simple as it gets. I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of bagung, the fermented shrimp paste, and some young green tomatoes. The green tomatoes is gonna act as almost like an acidic component, like a pickle. And we also have some leeks on the side, and very beetroot looking egg. I don't know what it is, but let me crack it open and find out. So this is a salted fermented egg, and it's also a commonly eaten condiment. It's a little salty, it has that eggy flavor, kind of like ammonia, but it has a depth of flavor. If you've ever tried Chinese century egg, it's a little similar without the ammonia, but the salting agent and the funkiness. Sometimes you need a little bit of funkiness to keep your life a little spicy. A little bit of the egg. The texture is definitely something that you will have to get used to because it's very slimy, and to think that a cooked egg is slimy is very foreign to a lot of people. But if you just enjoy it for the taste, it's gonna be great. And remember, you always have to pair it with different things. You don't eat it just on its own. The bagung here is really good. It's shrimpy, it's intense, it's salty. And with the slight smokiness of the eggplant, it complements each other incredibly well. Now moving on to the showstopper of this table is going to be the grilled stuffed squid. So it's called submarine squid, and I'm not sure why, but it is a menu that is indigenous. Like the name of the dish is something that's indigenous to this restaurant in particular. And you can see that it's stuffed with a lot of celery. Red onions, a black pepper, and a little bit of the green tomatoes as well. I can already tell that the celery is gonna perfume the squid with aromatics, and it's gonna be really fresh. The taste of summer, in my opinion. I'm gonna have it with a little bit of the marmalade on the side, it looks like. It kind of looks like a citrus of some sort, and also the glaze that he was glazing with, just a little bit. Incredibly fresh. Tastes super healthy, great protein, lots of vegetables, and by stuffing the squid with celery, it really kind of steams it from within, and it's so sweet and tender. One of the best pieces of squid I've gotten so far also. And this one is going to be something that you won't expect, and it's pizza bangus. Bangus is mackerel, and you can see that the mackerel has been cut in half and then filleted and grilled as whole. And on top are the same toppings as the squid, and grated on top you won't believe it, is cheese. So this is their rendition of kind of modernizing the bangus to a more young people taste. I can see that this is a place that's very popular with the slightly younger generation of Filipinos. Let's see how this tastes, and I'm pretty excited because this looks wild to me. Wow, super juicy and tender. A bit of cheese and the celery and the tomato and the onions and a bit of the same barbecue sauce layered on top. This actually kind of works. The saltiness coming from the cheese and the meat of the mackerel gives it kind of this nice subtle sweetness, and the char coming from the grilling process and the freshness from the celery, it works really good. I'm surprised. I'm usually like very much like a OG. Like I like things traditional, but I love this take and it's really fun and modern and innovative. So I love it so much. And also with excellent produce and great techniques as well. They also have a sweet melon juice that is their specialty here. Oh, it's chunky. Oh, they do it fresh. Really refreshing, really good. This is the highlight of my day. We are at the Dampa seafood market, and this is a wet market here in Manila. It's around 20 minutes drive from the city center, and this is where you're gonna get the freshest seafood that you'll ever find in Manila, and it is gonna get as fresh as it gets. You can't find seafood that's fresher than this because the ocean's right across the market, and they catch it fresh every morning, put it in the tanks, and you get to pick what you're gonna eat. It's really like an aquarium experience plus the eating experience, so 2 in 1. Hi, nice to meet you. One second. This is too much for me. Oh, okay. Do you see that ice over there? It's literally like doobie sized, and I'm 5'5", a little under, but don't tell that to my driver's license.
Just checking up on hip hop.
Ah, smart. So this is the wet market. Just make sure you have some nice cushion in your shoes before you come here. And you can really find anything from clams, lobsters, mussels, lots of crabs also, and a lot of people showing it too. You can really see what kind of produce Philippines has, and look at all this. That's lapu-lapu over there, which is the fish of Philippines. And it's really a question of what you're gonna eat today, because it's gonna have it all. And a lot of people who are gonna heckle you as well.
Welcome to seaside.
This is good. It's good. What's the name of this?
Mantis?
Mantis.
Dangerous.
Oh?
Dangerous mantis.
Dangerous. We should definitely eat a mantis while we're here, because that's something that you can only get in the Philippines. These lobsters look crazy. Give us nice one. Give us big one. Thank you. How many? Oh.
That is bigger, that is small. Because it's more nomin.
No.
Done.
Per kilo?
Yeah.
No.
More than 1
This is how many kilo?
1.1.
2,000. Now that we got all our goods, we're gonna take it to the restaurant and they're gonna cook it up. You basically do the grocery shopping for the restaurant. So let's go. Thank you, Paul.
Kuya, pahingin ako plastic, kuya.
We're just gonna go to the biggest one because I want to make sure that they have fresh ingredients and a good turnover rate. And the biggest one here is called Hong Kong Restaurant, and it's at the back of the fish market. And they even have little like caranderias for the fishmongers and people who are working here. So this is the kind of like eatery that we've been eating at, where you have rice and the supporting dishes. Let's go in. Hello. I low-key feel like a California gold miner during the gold rush, getting all my day's worth being weighed. For here, yes please. This is mantis. What's the best way to cook?
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. We do that. Salt and pepper sauce. We do crab and chili sauce. Yeah. Thank you, Paul. So it's not just the seafood that you bring that you can order here. You have all the other sides. Anything for meat related, they also have here. They have like grilled pork belly, lechon, even Peking duck. And anything you wish for, they'll probably make for you. This really is the ultimate a la carte if you think about it, because your wish is their command. Let's get some veggies. Stir-fried palanche with garlic. So that's gonna be the Filipino version of morning glory, really crunchy and green. I haven't been eating that many greens during my trip in Manila, to be completely honest. Dry hot cabbage sounds really interesting. Sure, let's get that as well. Ooh, salted egg chicken fried rice sounds really good. So we should get that as well. Dude, some lobster. Lobotomy lobster. It's been crushed. It's been dissected. It's been dressed in chili. Looks good though. Ever since I moved out of New England, I think it's the first time I've had lobster. I'm more of a crab kind of girl, but it was cheap, so I had to get it. Nice. You can see all like the brain juices here, and that is all the fat that the lobster has. Look at that. So the closer it is to the brain, the more fatty it's gonna be. And it's gonna be that like yellow, almost uni-like parts. So sweet. A little bitter, actually, also, but it's in a nice way. Really tender. I love the sauce. To be honest, for me, lobster is like all about whatever sauce that you douse on top of. Really a medium to carry all that chili, fermented bean sauce. I'm just missing a little bit of rice right now. I also asked for a little calamansi on the side because a little bit of acidity always brightens up a dish. Let's do that. I'm also gonna put this in my San Miguel Light.
Thank you for a great trip.
This is actually the first trip I paid for my entire family. So it's a very momentous.
Thank you.
It's on camera.
딸이 해외여행 보내준 거 내가 처음일 거야.
Whoa. It's essentially just romaine lettuce in a hot pot, probably with some oyster sauce. But the presentation of it is insane. Thank you. I feel like in Chinese food it's the only place where you see like crunchy leafy vegetables eaten cooked, and I like it. It's kind of like just for the texture. It's so delicious. I love the little bit of garlic and MSG. Massive, this one. For reference, this is how big this bowl is, and this is how big I am. So the fried rice that we got is salted egg and chicken fried rice. So remember all the salted egg that we got from the restaurant earlier? It's using that as a salting condiment to cover the rice. So it's gonna be really salty, eggy, and umami, and a little bit of chicken as well, because why not? We have our mantis, and it looks quite scary, just like you in the morning, but I'm not gonna have any prejudice towards it. I don't think I've ever had mantis before, but when I met Erwan from the Fat Kid Inside Studios, he said that this was the thing that you had to get while in the Philippines because it's the only thing that you can get here. It looks a little scary, it looks like a cockroach, but let's not think about that before we eat. And for the topping, we chose salt and pepper with a little bit of fried garlic on top. And it honestly looks pretty good. I'm not really sure how to attack this. I feel like there's a method to this madness that I am not a part of. You know what? I'm just gonna eat it with the shell on. Let's see how it goes. You could eat this with the skin on. It's really crispy. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but the meat inside, unlike the lobster, has a certain scent that I cannot describe. It's a little earthy. It almost has notes of star anise and five spice, and it's not from the sauce. It has like this natural scent to it that is very different from lobster. The meat itself is much sweeter. It's really interesting. I can see why this is a delicacy, especially for people who grew up eating it. I neither like or dislike it, but it makes me a little curious. I like. The fried rice is really good. I'm still a little hungry and I want to finish off my Manila travels with something sweet, so let's go. But it's closed. We were supposed to go to a leche flan place and it's closed, so we're gonna look for another place to go get some sweets, unfortunately. We finally found a place that's open at this time for a leche flan. We're at Salas kainan and they sell really, really good leche flan and it was recommended by one of the doobies and I cannot wait to try it. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you, Paul. So we've been here for the last 4.5 days. It's been amazing, filled with so many good eats. And I just wanted to end off on a sweet note. And I couldn't end my Manila trip without a leche flan. And I know this looks pre-packaged, but it's their factory. It's a really, really popular spot. The first place that I was trying to go to, I'll also link the name. This I'm also excited for. It looks really good. I like the slogan also. Made with love since 1972. My mom was born in 1972. Nice packaging. There's one difference between a steamed egg and a steamed leche flan. It's sugar and milk. I'm gonna do something super criminal and eat from the center because this is my show and I can do whatever I want. It's a heart or it can look like 2 balls. Oh, now it's a broken heart. So much caramel that's just like covering it. And it's a little more on the thicker side than I expected. I like it. I like it big, just like you. Very custardy, incredibly rich, but also very eggy at the same time. Sweet, custardy, incredibly rich. It really is one of my favorite desserts of all time. And it's so simple. You only need 3 ingredients. Now I want to try the gray ham. I'm assuming this is kind of like a cheesecake kind of action, I want to say. So this one is the mango one, which is their best seller. If there's one fruit that best represents Philippines, it's gonna be mango. Oh, and look at all the layers. So these are all the layers of the graham crackers. And I'm not sure what the white cream is, but I'm assuming it's gonna be some kind of like cheesecake filling. I think it's coconut cream on top. And in between the layers of like sponge cake is mango puree. And it had this like really nice layers of flavor. Yeah, I like the subtle flavor of mango coming out with like the creaminess of the coconut cream. Quite nice, but still, I like the leche flan better. More leche flan. Recapping back on my trip to Manila. This was really a big food adventure. There were so many things that I've never tried before that I got to try. And also, I'm sure you've noticed, but I don't really get a chance to collaborate with a lot of creators because I'm in Korea and you know, the language barriers there as well. Like, I mostly speak English on my channel. So being able to meet other foodies that are passionate about eating, cooking, and also making videos, it's been a really great experience. I really want to take this time to say thank you to all my Filipino doobies and also the people of the Philippines because it has been nothing but an incredible experience being able to share my love for food and Filipino culture here during my trip in Manila. And we're gonna continue on our trip in the Philippines. I still haven't tried lechon yet, so try and guess where I'm going next. Bye-bye. Good night, doobies. I love you.